wonder, when was the last time you had such an undeniable encounter that life just could not possibly go back to normal? That you had, because of God Himself, a brand new normal. That's what I'm talking about here. Preparing a way for the Lord. And I want to give you a series of 4 points that we're going to put together through this emphasis on prayer out of Luke chapter 1. And it begins with this right here. Number 1, be open to a fresh encounter. Be open to a fresh encounter. Jot it down. What was that point? Be open to a fresh encounter, because let me tell you something that I have learned just from living and from many, many years of ministry. I have found along the way that the people that are less likely to have the fresh encounter, that thing happen that changes the entire aspect of normal, of life as you know it, it's going to less often happen to someone who has had a long history with God than someone who is brand new to the whole thing, because their eyes are like, like they are astonished by the least little thing. But I want us all, whether we're new to the thing or whether we've been seasoned in it for many, many years, we need a fresh encounter. We need to let God do a brand new thing in us. We want to be part of an adventure, and God is all about taking you on an adventure. But what can happen is we figure out how we want it, and we don't want anything to change it. One of the traps that we fall into as Bible students is that we figure out what we believe, and then we only read books that affirm what we already believe to be so. And for some of us, we haven't had a real live new idea come to us from the revelation of Scripture in 10 solid years, because we got comfortable with our doctrine years back, and we decided that's all I want to know, that's all I need to know. And so every one of our books are about the same thing. Instead of letting God, this is a whole lot of book right here. Everybody say a lot of Bible. This is right here is a lot of Bible. He's got a lot to teach us. And one of the ways you know you're growing is if you realize somewhere along the way that you were wrong about what you used to think. When was the last time, He continued to speak such a fresh word over you that you realized that thing that you thought, maybe even that thing that you taught, wasn't even right? Every now and then I've gone, what is that Scripture doing there? Like that messes with my theology as I know it. I don't need you to be there. That's what I don't need. I don't need you to be there. Every now and then in my reading, I'll be preparing for something and I'll know what I want to say before I ever go to the Scriptures. And then I go to get Scripture to reaffirm it to me. And then I run into something that turns everything upside down. And suddenly, even if it messed me up, it's a beautiful, beautiful experience.